Oh, okay. This is, I wrote this question.
The fix is in.
So what's the question?
What is the difference between a hypothesis and a theory? A lot of people are confused about what a hypothesis is and what a theory is, and actually more basic, what the scientific method is. People use that term, they throw it around. Oh, well, he uses the scientific method, so therefore he must be a scientist and a good one. What exactly do they mean by he uses the scientific method? Actually, it's pretty easy. The scientific method is like a three-pronged milking stool. It has three legs. The first leg is observation. You observe something that's interesting. The second thing is you make a hypothesis. That's what a hypothesis is. You try to explain that observation. If you really think you got it nailed as to what the cause and effects are that cause that thing that you're interested in, then maybe you can put some mathematics on it. If you aren't quite sure, you wait on the mathematics and make sure you got the what pushes on what squared away. Anyway, you come up with that hypothesis as to how things work. And the third leg of that milking stool is experiment, testing. You test what you say in the hypothesis is what causes the thing that you observed to happen. And if you come up with a good test and your hypothesis passes the test and it does indeed predict what you say it should, then that's fine, it passed that test. Then you come up with another test, and if it passes, good. After 3 or 4 tests, or at least a number of tests, and once you've satisfied everybody who says, hey, let me test it, and maybe the guy's a skeptic about your hypothesis, okay, let him test it. And if he says, no, it didn't pass my test, then you can argue with him about whether it really did or whether it was a good test or not. But eventually, if the question becomes settled, as we said before, if people think that, that your hypothesis is correct and has passed many really good tough tests, then you can call it a theory. So we've got the gravitational theory. Why? Well, because gravity has passed, at least numerically, using the equations that Isaac Newton came up with and that Kepler came up with, that yes, it's passed those tests time after time after time. So that gravitational hypothesis is now promoted to the status of being a theory. But many things are called theory that are far from it. The prime one that I know of, just rankles me a lot, is this string theory. String theory, as promulgated by Michio Kaku and some of these other guys, is far from a theory. It is strictly a hypothesis, and the reason it will remain, in my estimation, forever a hypothesis, is that there is no test possible to test it. There's no experiment that you can do to get your hands on those things and to put them through the hoops and see if they obey what Dr. Kaku says they should. So it's always going to be, in my estimation, it will remain a hypothesis, a guess, an interesting thing to talk about, but it's not a theory.